Siyata Dishmaya. Learned the Ritva's opinion, trying to figure out what he's saying. Now we have to go through the Rashba. I want to see today, Hashem, the Rashba with the Reb Kiva Eiger. We're going to have the Ritva, Rashba with Kiva Eiger. Okay, this is what we want to do today. The Nafkamin is that Kiva Eiger brings down the way he's learning the options, the questions we had during the week. Now we solve it or we don't solve it. Okay, this is what we want to do. So we start with the Rashba, with the Rav of Hashem, in our Sugya. That's Rashba, the Rav Amud Beis. It's in page, I think, 4. Tein Mona Leploini, Ve'eskada Shani Lecho B'Kodesh V'Noreh. Give 100 Jews to Pliny. Now marry him. Kloima, which means Choizer Voimer Lo, he goes back and he tells her, Iskachli Bano Zu Shani Noisen Matona Zu Loze B'Diborech. He went back and he told her, marry me with the pleasure that I'm giving a gift, this gift, to this guy with your words. I didn't say, would I know? Nothing. I just said, Iskachli, marry me. What? Rashi didn't say that. Rashi didn't say that. But the Rashi says, you have to say, he has to go back and say, Iskachli banozu wuchano. Shani noisen matone loze zu. I'm giving this gift, loze to this guy, but diburech in your words. He's giving a gift to this guy with your words. The Ritva said about gift or loan. And a loan is emunah, belief. He's saying, Matona zu b'diburech, I'm giving this maton in your words. He says, the Orev Nami, Orev also, which Orev is a loan. Without pleasure. He believes him, Mishtabed, he's Mishtabed. Not because of the body of the money itself, mamash, sheinu mekablo. He doesn't receive it. So, according to the Rashba, the dimion is between Orev and here, we learn two different cases. By an Orev is give him a loan and I'm mishtabed, and here give a gift and I'm mishtabed.
What's mishtabed? Up your gift.
Oh. So when he says, give a loan and I'm mishtabed, it's with a no of his belief. A no of belief.
Your
Pleasure. Ana's pleasure. So the pleasure that he's believed.
will he do what, to be an Orev?
Yes. Yes. He's believed that this guy is a righteous guy. They will pay him back. And if not, he takes responsibility.
But they must say that with the pleasure that I give this gift, I get back.
A no of emunah is, I call it Popeye. The pleasure of Popeye. Popeye the sailor man. That's a no of emunah. The Rashba jumps from a no of emunah to a no that I'm giving a gift to someone in your words. It's two different anos, but both are no. Both lo machmas gufa moment mamish. Sheinu mekabla. That's the thing. By Orev, I'm not giving the gufa moment mamash. Sheinu mekabla, but it works because of ano amuno. Here, I also can mishtabed. A woman can mishtabed. She gets ano. A woman can get married by getting ano. That he's giving matone to this guy in your words. So what is giving matone and get this guy your words? It's that your emunah is not emunah. It's not emunah. It's cash on the table. It's not emunah. It's not emunah belief. It's not a belief. It's a loss. To give somebody money upon your words. It's different. It's not emunah. How can it be emunah? I believe in an Olam Hayemes. I'll get back the money I gave a gift. What believe? What?
Love.
Love.
Oh, I feel good because he's loving me.
Good.
It's not I feel love because he's believing me. I feel good because he's loving me.
Oh, that could be. We can redefine emuno to koras ruach. 1 second. Very good. You can say pshat in the Rashba that the dimion between Orev and Telmon Leploni is Orev is ano of emuno. So that's Popeye. I get feel good koras ruach. Also here, when you give matona upon my words, means I'm valued. Upon my words, you give money, means I have some kind of a value to you. So also, it gives me value. Value. Not necessarily that means that's my usage of the money. It's like my money, he allowed me to use his money for my desires. So it's like usage. It's a pleasure of usage. Again, in the Rashba, I can learn 2 ways. I can have 2 options what he means. I can have an option that says Iskachli ba'ano zu shanoisen matona, but the purech means it's ano of Popeye, but not belief. Rather, value. I jump from belief and value. That's one option, saying Pshat Nechashma. The other option is no. I'm not jumping from belief, which is belief means I trust you, is also value. When I trust you, means that I give you value. I trust you. Same thing is, different. I jump from trust to pleasure that he allowed me to use his money with my desire. It's a way of using it. It's a pleasure of using it. What does the Rashba mean? We don't know. The language is slickery. Flip. The Rambam's words.
Yeah, there's also yachas, the one who's getting the loan,
Yes.
getting the gift. What's the woman's yachas to the one who is she wants to give the gift?
I don't know. Maybe it's a friend, a father's friend, a poor guy.
That's going to help a man here.
Yeah. It doesn't say who he is. In our case, doesn't say who he is.
Right. That's what it should say.
Okay, good.
But if the gift.
That's all we have. Gift.
But gift is the question because it means there has to be a yacha to the woman for this person to copy a gift. It's not just give a gift to something. There's a reason why she has a yacha to that person that she wants to give.
The question is that yachas to this third party is part of the ano, or is the yachas between the malva and the woman, between the husband and the woman? That he agreed to give money to her friend upon her words. Right, she has an interest in yachas to this third party, but it's not part of. You can say I'm doubting, not necessarily, and then Rashba is part of the ano yachas. I don't know the other. But the point is, I might say, I'm opening the discussion. I might say it's not clear to me. I might say that the ikar ano in relationship is between the husband and the wife, between the malva and the orev. In this case, by us. In what way? That the woman tells the husband, give away to my friend. She has an interest to give a friend, but she gets married because she has pleasure that upon her words has value that he gave a gift to her friend. So her friend got the money, she's happy with it, but it's not part of the kiddushin necessarily. The part of the kiddushin is that this guy valued my words, and he gave a gift to my friend or to a poor friend or whatever it is. But what I'm married means the value of my words. Like the Orev tells the Malvin to give a loan to this guy, and he believed me. And what does believe means? Value. It's called koras ruach. It's called Popeye. Popeye value. Okay, his chest got blown up by feeling good that people value it. I have a question to you. Why did you put your pants in the Beis Medrash and not outside? Get dressed.
I make a kosher.
But not in the Beis Medrash, inside.
No, I put it outside.
Okay, good. Now what you want to ask?
No, the people say two things. For example, for the time for the Sugya of Matoino,
Yes.
Kitzut Rebbe, אני חושב.
What?
Like Kitzut Rebbe, why they give it present is because it's not in the present, you can take advantage of that the money that they give the flower or the
Gift. A gift.
The gift is like why I give a gift because you don't know it like it's a gift.
Right.
You don't have a
Yes.
credit.
Yes.
And also in another part of the report where
Yeah, but we're not learning the Rishba now. Now we learn the Rashba. We have a question on the Rashba. No. You know, because the Rashba is a focus. What do you want to say, Rashba? You know where the Rashba is? It's in page, turn the page. You see Shitat Rashba. There's a page, it's the fourth page. First Omot. What do you want to ask? Yes.
He said this and not this. He did not say stam. He was quiet. He said this and not the goof.
It's not clear. The main thing is not goof. But what is it? Two options? That's one option. He's saying by Olive it's not goof.
It's not,
but doesn't mean that here in Olive is the same ano. Just the Chiddush is we learn from Olive, although it's not goof, ano can do it. There ano is emunah. He is ano of shimush. Oh no, both is ano of emunah. But here emunah means koras ruach, and here emunah means al pi diburo means koras ruach, means that my words, that the value, give me value. It's unclear to me. What does the Rashba? You want to bring a proof? Yes. Say what? Yes.
It's mamish like Orev. What's it? Mamish like Orev mamish. Because you see,
Clever means you want to answer our doubts. Yeah, what do you want to answer?
Say,
yes.
See from the Ritva,
yes.
He says,
I don't need to show me the Rashba.
He said this and not this.
So that's our suffix. When he said this and not that, it means the same. It means they're not the same. If you look in the words, here is unknown, and here is unknown. It means it's not clear. You're not bringing a proof to my doubts. Yes.
The Ritva sound.
The Ritva of the Rashba
says this and not this.
Yes.
And the Ritva says this and not this is something else.
No.
The Ritva also says
good. So then we want to say
something else. He made it because he made it different like this, and he made it different like
no.
This. So I learned from that.
Yeah.
From this chiluk, here he said this not gufa.
Good. So learn from the chiluk.
That is mamish or mamish.
What is that about? What is that about?
Become end of the mishtabe. Below is the goof. That is the goof of more when he gives.
It's just not the negative. Who says in the positive is the same. Still, I don't see it clear. Okay. וכן כוסו הרמב"ם, yes. No.
Why not?
And I said, yes, you have Anovish Tamshus. 1 second. Anovish Tamshus of risking money. That's what it means. He allowed me, upon my words, he allowed to use his money, to mishtamish with his money to my request. No, but it's different. I told you because the value of ishtamshus of money is few pennies. It's not the full value.
I know, but somebody else.
When I say, we explained that was my whole word in the last one. Again, if I tell someone give away a gift, so upon my words, he totally got rid of his money. It's anua skilui. So you can say if it's shimush, upon my words, he gave away his money, so that's my shimush. You can say that's my full anua shimush through my words. That's what I said. I ate my money, I threw it in the garbage. That's my anua, that's my decision. He allowed me to decide on his money to do mechale. That's a full anua of the whole money. But when I tell him loan the money, he can't say that I have anua skilu. It's not kilu. He's getting it back the money. You can say as anua of usage. And that 30 days, let me finish. That 30 days, he could have used it, and using money is worth, ribis is worth a certain amount of money. Using money, rental money, is people pay for it. Not a lot, it's ribis, but People pay for it. It's valued in the market. That's what he gave me. He gave me that usage of that money and upon my belief. That's all.
Yeah.
It's usually from the whole money, but it's not the full value. That's the point. Does matter. It does matter. And we spoke the last week for. Yes, what's your question? Okay. Yes.
But already you have 2 prime windows.
Correct.
Okay. And even though the Rashi doesn't mention one, and he only mentions one, he doesn't mention others.
Yes. Yes. We'll see more. We'll see more in other languages. You see that my fakers are real. We see some kivega. It's not so simple. V'chen kosav Rambam, aisha shomo tendino leplin. What?
You could say that it's value for her because since it's a friend of hers, then why you give a gift to that person because it's a friend of hers.
Right.
So
Possible.
when you
we don't know. We don't agree. We don't know. We don't know what the Rashba means yet. From the language here, we don't know. It means what you said now, or it just means value of my words. You gave me value upon my words. Nothing to do with cheap pleasure.
Point to that's not
They're right on Dafka. But he's learning from Orevs. The question is he learning Dafka or Dafka? That's part of our question. We don't. You want to prove me, or you say over again my doubts? Prove me. We don't know. We have a doubt. I don't know yet what it means.
Why both sides are equal? Copy a gift.
I would say both exist.
But why? Why? You have to reinforce it. Not just.
You just explained the last 2 minutes. You explained so. So I relate with that guy. What? I'm more noted what you just said now. That since they both exist, so I'd say both of them means the same. I mean, 1 second, because 1 second, this is very important. It was the message last week or yesterday. Since I cannot machria, so I would say really the Rashba meant that you have both. Both. You have anos value, you have anos shimush, and by Orev you have anos value, and you have anos shimush of schirus mois. That's my shimush that he gave upon my words. He allowed me to take his money and rental and give it over to somebody else to use for 30 days. That value gave me. So it can be value, it can be usage. Maton is full usage, anos kilu is a full usage. And here is a small usage, but both are uses. So since both exist, I mean it means both.
You're saying the spora because you can't.
Because not because I'm a chia, because since I cannot see a reason, I didn't yet find a reason to mafkia one ano against the other. I say they exist and it's there. So you can make the kiddush with aremus. I need to have a reason to say only this ano works, this ano doesn't work. But I don't have yet. I didn't find yet a reason to eliminate one, and both agree, both are there. So I say it means both.
I'm going to say Dafka both now.
Yes.
It means the Rambam is even the Rambam like the other side, like the Ritva. Or it's like Pich.
No. Why I'm saying no? Because I'm going to prove from the Rambam in a second. Abba said that really means both. Let's see the Rambam. Let's see the words. Rambam. Aisha, listen carefully. Aisha shomro tendina leploin. A woman told the man, give 100 zuz leploini matono. The Rambam is talking about matono, not like alvo. The Ritva says it could be an alvo, possibility alvo. Lo ishno matono shno alvo. The Ritva said. He says no. Shomro tendina leploini matono. The case is the woman told the husband, the man give a dino to ploni matono. V'skadesh ani loch now marry. V'nosan v'omar l'Ram Kudeshesti. And he gave and he said, I'm going to see what? Ve'anos matonezu. Shenosati al pich. The pleasure of a gift that I gave upon your words. If you look inside the Rambam adds 3 more words. I don't have the Rambam in front of me. Maybe we have it here in the papers. We have the Rambam. It's in the Rambam. The back and the back, all the way in the back, baby. I didn't see this Rambam now, but I saw it many years ago. It's in my book, so I remember that.
The last page, 9.
Oh, look in the Rambam, the last page. Rambam, the last Shitas Rambam. Rambam Ilchos Ishus Perekei Alochi Chof Aleph Masechet. I don't know what the wrote. Aisha, the last page. In the last, or 2 pages, 3 pages, towards the end of the papers we gave them. Rambam Ilchos Ishus Perekei Alochi Chof Aleph. Aisha Shomro Ten Dinor LePloini Maton. A woman that told the man, give Dinor to Ploini a gift. Ve'eskada Shani Lechona Omari Uve'nosan V'Omar. He gave and he told her, Arad Mekudeshesli, you marry me. Be'anoas Matonazu. Shenosati al Pich, that I gave upon you Mekudeshes. The Rambam doesn't stop. The Rambam spends another line and a half to explain Madua, por qué. Listen carefully. I want to medayek. This is the deal. When I was a young man, young boy, not young boy, young man, I wrote this in my safe. It was medayek. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. I didn't read his words just recently.
This is a siyata to what I said before.
And now if I'm going to check what the Rambam meant, now I know what the Rambam meant. Let's see. One second. I hear what you said. First, I want to know what he says, what he spends time, then you can argue your logic. Even though nothing came to her. Means any physical money, she didn't come to her. Behold, she's enjoying. And here the Rambam use a lot of words. She enjoys that her will was done. That I can call korasuach, I can go enjoyment, I don't know, I have a suffix. But the Rambam adds another 3 words. Her will was done, employed, enjoyed because of her. Which is not a side point, it's part of the reason of Kiddushim. When we say Shenaseret Soino, Naiseret Soino means Korasuach. The sailor doesn't mean the sailor, the party doesn't mean that because he didn't say only that. If he said only belief, he Rotzon is being done. If that's similar, I don't know. Rotzon being done means my Rotzon is done and he value my Rotzon, or my Rotzon done means his enjoyment is my usage, and that's my pleasure. The Rambam adds, enjoyed because of it. It's not a side point. It's not a personal desire, but it's not to do the ikar of Kiddushin, what made the Kiddushin. No, it's part of what made the Kiddushin. It's part of it. That the Tzon is not so that he enjoyed it. What?
She said that the loss of the Kiddushin
Yes.
situation. You're right. You said this way, you said that way.
Yeah.
Both of the husband is in the Kaddish, the Isha. He didn't say the Kaddish Li. I know that person had not known. He didn't say that. Shenasa Pi.
You know what? Rabbi Shlomo. Not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I hear what you say, but it's not true. That was my point once, and before you ask Yechezkel, I need to answer the rabbi. The rabbi spoke. Give me a cover. He asked the question. I'm answering. I say no. Okay, no, Baruch Hashem, you're exciting. The excitement of Torah is good. Kol pit put the Torah is Torah. All paka and Torah is Torah. Even though it's not junk, what you say, that's Torah. The Yerushalmi says so. Shalmi says, Kol pit put the Torah. All pit puti means all paka, even though it doesn't mean Mamesh means, but it's Torah. And how do you become a Talmid Chacham? You talk paka, then you understand. And then you become a Talmid Chacham. But if you stop and you think, oh, it's only Baba, then it's wrong. It's good. I encourage what you do. Then you become a Talmid Chacham, you understand. But you're not there yet. Listen, so the point is, Shenene ploini bedibur, Shenasati le ploini bedibur, yes, Shani noise al pich bedibur. There you can explain two options. That's what I started. B'dibur means, it's not saying emunah. You say b'dibur means upon my words. He did, it means he's valuing me. But then b'dibur means he's sure that he let me use his money and my words. My instructions was done on his money means that's my pleasure. I have pleasure of the money. I can also eat it. I can smoke it. I can throw it to the sea. I can tell him use this way. So that's a way of me using it. So we had a suffix. What the moment or the Rambam. But we opened the Rambam. It's more words. So we machia the suffix. And when we do it doesn't mean I know as Popeye. It means I know that my instructions was done on it. That's my I know. I gave instruction his money. That's my I know. That's what it means. He says the other. I'm answering you. First of all, it means both. And his main point was that the dimion between Orev and Kiddushin, it's only that although I don't get it, that's what he said the negative. Although I didn't get the money itself, like Orev also didn't get Gufa Mamon. What I did get, I get the side thing, not the Gufa Mamon. There's a know of Popeye, of Emunah, and maybe usage of rental of money that he let go of it for my words. And here, it's I know b'dibur. I should never fully. I'm asking, but the ikar is that although I didn't get, she didn't get the gufa mamon, mamash, or the woman get the mamon. Yet she's mekudeshes, and yet it's all. That's the demon. The demon is but it really is not the same. I know it's different, a little bit different than I know.
So according to the Rambam, apparently. He mentioned that we need both are us. No, Popeye.
If they agree, yes, we have that. And why am I stronger than we need both? Because they exist. The question is, what will happen if it won't both exist? For example, I'll tell you an example. The Kiva Hager brings that example. What happens if the woman says, give pruto to plane? So he can't say that the Popeye, that he listened to me to give pruto, I'm worth a pruto. It's always less. Or we'll see us the way the Kivei is learning the Ritva, not like we learn Popeye. We define the Ritva that I know as Popeye. The Kivei defines different. I said 4 possibilities. There's really a 5th possibility. 5. Cuanto? Quinta. What?
Like we have 2 persons, a woman and
Yes.
a wife and a husband.
Yes.
But the third have also pleasure. As what happened with that also? Because the woman have pleasure because he give to the third person a fruta or something, a matoina. But what happened with the third person? Also have pleasure.
Yeah, but the question is, if we don't know, we didn't know before. We started with a doubt. Is that pleasure of the third person is part of the reason of Kiddushin and Arevus or not? Yeah, but the question is a side thing. That's a free will. It's part of integral part of the Kiddushin, of what she got in the Kiddushin. 1 second. I started saying the Ritva, then ask your question. The Kiva learns the Ritva, not like I said. He learns the Ritva is I gain a pruta. I know of gaining. I would pay a pruta to convince this guy to lend money or give a gift. So, like Mechilas Milve, I would gain a pruta, הייתי נותן את פרוטה לשכנע לפייס. That pruta I gain, it's different. So when nafkamina is, if, that's a 5th possibility, but all exist. But nafkamina is, here we don't have only one exists, the other doesn't exist. The Kiva brings 2 nafkaminas. Saw it yesterday. We spoke about it in public. We have to read it inside again today. If she said to her husband, give a pruta to somebody. So everybody agrees that the pleasure of value, or the pleasure that I would give a pruta to someone to convince, I won't give a pruta to convince someone to give a pruta. I'll give my pruta directly to him. Right? It's right. If I need to give you a pruta to convince you to give loan, I will give the pruta myself. So he can't say that I gain a pruto when he gave him. When I tell him give 10 prutos or 2 prutos, so I gain a pruto to convince him to give more. But to give exactly what I would give, it's like just giving it. It's like a shlichus. I don't need that. I will give him directly to the guy. It's not as a puka matar telamli. Say again. So when it's not my source of Kivegas. Kivegas says that when the woman tells the husband give a pruta, the svara of that I gave a pruta doesn't exist. And really, the svara of keras ruach also doesn't exist. It's less. Always less. People argue it's the same or more. We had a discussion the first day we started it. So those two svaras are less. But the svara of that upon my words, he used the money. He did something with the money upon my. He allowed me to take his money and use it the way I want. Ishtamshus. And the ishtamshus of a loan just of a matone. Which is much more. Kiva, he didn't speak about once again. There he says, in the case that I told him to give a pruto, the woman told her husband give a pruto, she will still have pruto as a matono, she will still have ishtamshus of the full pruto the way she wanted. Would work. What about if she told him give alone a pruto? Give a pruto alone. So it's only usage of 30 days in the money. Usage of 30 days in the money will be less. So keras ruach will be less, and the usage of a loan will be less. Usage of money of a loan will be less. Only if she told him give him a ton, it would work. So since it's not kaminas, and I defined it because I said why people pay ribis. I'm answering why people pay ribis. It defines it as rental. People pay rental of ribis 30 days. They pay less. Why should you pay the full value? It's just no rental. Using money for 30 days, which I have to get back the money. It's much less. It says you should have all the money of a few days. So you pay less, and you pay the full value. I rent a car for 30 days, pay a full car. Rent a car for 20 years, I pay a full car. That's also true. But it's bad meters of people. It's not the way they should act. Yes, yes. Yes.
She said he give and kiddushin. As why in this case she said to him give to the third person a pruta or a matonino and yes kiddushin.
Very good question. Very good question, Echeskel. Amazing. Now you're ready. I see like a Talmid Chacham. Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. This is a serious question. And the Rishonim talk about it. And they say that the husband, when he gives the money, he has to speak again.
The pleasure that she had because
he has to speak again. He has to give, and he has to speak again. Because if she speaks and he gives, no good. Very good. She just the introduction, but he has to speak again. He has to give and he has to speak again. Then I give, I'm marrying, he has to talk. He has to be a cheskel. It's a speak. Yes.
We say that she neenet and he neenet.
What?
If she says give the money to Ploni,
Right.
But Almenat the Ploni Zorek Layah.
Right.
So Ploni he won't have pleasure of that. That's another nafkamina. So maybe then there is going to be one.
Yeah. What happened? Yes. What happened according to the Rambam? If she said throw it to the sea, it says venene. Mashma from the Rambam. You have only one. Question is, if you have only one, would work or not? Could be here I have both. Could be the Rambam says here I have both. 10 money I have both. I have nene birtzonu shenase. B nene ploni biglolo. What will be? I don't have ploni biglolo, but I have roitzonu shenase because you threw it to the sea. But the Rambam won't be the deal. I don't know. Here I have both, but I have only one. Would work or not? I don't know. But I don't know where the Rambam holds. Where the Rashba holds. We'll see where the Rashba holds. Then it means it's an added thing. Yes, I was medayik when I was in my sefer years ago. Why did the Rambam use ven? It should be shenen. Ven means we have two anos, both of them. Two anos, two separate anos. Good. So we'll talk about it more when we start reading the Rashba. Let's see the Rashba. I know, we'll see. When we read Reb Kiva Eger, we read Reb Kiva Eger. But before we read Reb Kiva Eger, we need to read couple of more Rashbas.
At that point, he said Bechain, the Lashon Yevin is Bechain. When he was explaining, and he brought the Rambam, and he said Bechain. He didn't.
Bechain Kosav Rambam.
What?
Bechain Kosav, right?
Yeah, so that means he's bringing the Rambam as a siyata to his swara.
Correct.
His swara did not include the third party's pleasure. Because if it did, he wouldn't say Bechain, because he's trying to bring a siyata to his.
No, siyata can be even a big man. It's like siyata can be a big man. The Rashba lived, the Rashba lived 200 years after the Rambam. He says the big Rishon Rambam also like.
Well, so what?
What?
The main point of the Rambam is that he has an Amira. He has an Amira. So the Rambam says there's an Amira, and the Rambam says also there's an Amira. That's why he doesn't bring the second part to show what he's saying there's an Amira. That's the main point. That he plays a Goyma. It doesn't say in the Gemara plays a Goyma.
At that point, he's not dealing with that. No, he's dealing with just Chayzav Rambam. Okay, good. Could be he's totally removing my raya. That there's no raya from the Rambam in the definition of the Anor. He's only bringing the Rambam that the husband is to return and say again, "Skachabanos." But with Kananor, it's different. I accept that. Possible. It can be both. Possible that way. I have no right. Agree. Let's get to the next Rashba. But this Rashba we can prove what the Rashba holds. V'ikashe lecha. Afilu beselo. It says in the Gemara Daf Ches Amud Bet. This is Rashba Chen Amud Bet. The husband says, "I'll give you a pruto, marry me." So she said, "Put on a rock." Eina mekudeshes. But the rock belongs to her. She's mekudeshes. She has a problem. The Rashi says, if the rock belongs to her, it's chotzer. Toy says, "No, Rishonim attack Rashi." And this is what he says. V'ish kashe lecha. Afilu beselo sheino shelo. Even seller doesn't belong to her. Amayim mekudesh v'dinorev. Why she's not mekudeshes on the law of Orev? Why? And she said, give money to Pliny, because also here, put money in the cellar and marry me, which means he understands there's a dimion. Both, I listen to your words. It's not who got the enjoyment. Here, a poor guy the enjoyment. He is a rock. It's not who got the enjoyment. It's when I listen to your words. You have a say. Listen to your words means two options. You have a say, you have value, emuna, Popeye, or usage, because I listened to your words, I did with my money the way you wanted, so that's your usage of my money. Okay, you don't know yet, but definitely saying that it's not, we're not talking about what the person received. Right, he has a kasha. That's the kasha. Be kasha lecho. Amayim mekudeshes levim kudesh v'ino v'yesh metotzi. So he goes back and forth, and through his answer, his final answer, we see his definition of aremus. Very important Rashba, very famous Rashba. So he answers. V'yesh metotzi metaltzim. Some people give an answer. The awesome shiny there is different. The komer beskada shani lecho. There, by 10 months of the she said, give and I will marry. V'ocha the kavaso, v'ocha the kavaso yomro anichoga b'serkana shlecho mekudeshes. He says, he said, I'll marry you. She said, put on a rock. But she didn't start saying, if you put on a rock, I'll marry you. Give away the money and I'll marry you. So she didn't express her marriage. It looks like she's the chuy kamatke. She's pushing him off. Here she said, give money to Pliny and I'll marry you. So she defined this action for marriage. There she said, I pull on a rock. She said, I'll marry you. So that's Toysus. Some people explain. Both places, Davov and Navches, she said, give money to Pliny, I'll marry you. Put it on the rock and I'll marry you. So what's the difference? There, Davov, he took money out of him and he gave it to a Pliny. So what's Pliny? Pliny means the pleasure of Pliny is my pleasure. No. the tulomatziu le'afukiniu mine. Ploini cannot take it away. So it's not the pleasure of Ploini, is got to the hands, to the reshus of Ploini, to the domain, to the kingdom of Ploini. She cannot never take it back. Lomatzi lafkuni mine mechayvus, and then her words were serious. She caused them a loss. Mechayvehi midinorev, she's obligated midinorev vilka mekudeshes. To exchange that chiyuv, she's marrying him, and that's what she got for the Kiddush. Avaloch, but here, since he took the money upon her mouth and he reached to a place that there's no al chazor, it was al chazor, no return. No return. So then she's mechayev on that. She's mechayev that she is to do a loss. So words that cause, when you tell me to do something upon your words and do a loss, it's a serious statement. You know that you take care of your words. So then mischayev. So have a chiyuv, we don't it. But here, where is he? By Selah. He didn't take money out of his mouth. He didn't take money from himself upon the words. Why? If he wants, he can take it back from the rock. Rock is not a human being, it's not a domain, it's not her rock, it's a rock. You can take it back. That's why it doesn't work. Say again. So he's saying, according to this, Yesh Mefarshim, okay, her will was done in a way that cannot retract. So it's a loss of money. Then is arelos, but he can retract. He didn't do something. He didn't. When is considered he did something upon her words that she's mischayim when he did something al chazor, no retraction. But when there's an option to retract, it's not serious. So the words are not serious, and the mischayim are not serious. But loan is returning, but you can never return to. You know, when you give money to somebody alone, you can say this in English, kiss it goodbye. You know, there's a big chance, a very big chance, or serious chance that the money never come back. And out of that, you can spend it. That will get a right? And sometimes you pay agaves. Heroes. The Ktoni, sorry, Aval. Sorry, I jumped the line. Aval, but if she told the husband, throw the 100 zuz to the sea, I'll marry you, Mekudeshes. She told him, throw it to the sea. She said, why? Because return. Our words is al chazor. Never come back. So therefore, our words, he did something upon our words, which is serious, it's a loss of money. So you have to take responsibility of what I'm doing. You can't say it's a joke, it's not serious. It's a serious statement. I'm going to throw it into the sea upon your words. Take responsibility. How? With words, and I'm not dealing with that. That's not my point yet. But pay it back. If they do marriage, pay it back or exchange it with marriage. Correct? Correct. I'll do your will, but take responsibility to pay it to me or marry me.
It's only a deal. No, she didn't say, and I'll pay it back if you don't get it back. She didn't say that.
Right. But they held, even though she didn't say that she will pay it back, she told him put in a rock. And he said, I'll marry you for that. I want to marry you. It says put in a rock. It's like an agreement. It means a rock is not get rid of it. But it will be throw it to the sea. It's a serious statement. It means she's taking responsibility. She does have to. She
what?
To pay it back or marry him. Why not? Or pay it back or marry me. She's paying herself she's paying back by giving herself a back. What? Oh, it's already done. It's done.
I don't care, like, it's not paying back.
When he does something upon her words, she can retract until it doesn't throw it. When he throws it, it's finished. Finished.
So the Kedushin, when he throws into water, that's the Kedushin.
Yes. V'ochanami heroes. Not shy, because it's done. What?
Where's this responsibility on her that it thrown the water? What kind of responsibility is that?
Not also, what's the?
What responsibility is it?
Another, what?
We're not trying to throw in the water. We're not trying to diminish the thing itself. You've been dummy to already.
When I tell you, when I give you instructions, throw this money to the sea.
Yeah.
And I say, okay, I'll do it. And he's doing it. So what?
You have to say, throw it in the sea and then it'll be Kedusha.
No, he says it. The Rashba doesn't say that she said it. Doesn't say that she said it. He didn't make the chiluk if she said or he said. That's the first shot.
But what responsibility does she have?
He said yeah, she said it. According to what he said, she said it. She said, throw it to the sea or marry. She's doing it. Yes. She said. He did before she said. Let's see. V'ochenami here also. The Ktonit neo lekele ve'enu mekudesh. It says, if he gave her, there was a dog running after her, or he has a bread, she says, okay, give it to the dog. Like this, the dog will not bark and kill her, will bite her. Einu mekudeshes. Why? But then almost, sorry, you had a bread. He says, we're married with this bread. He says, give it to the dog. Einu mekudeshes. But then almost she didn't say mekadesh. And the dog will stop. She said, stop, give it to the dog. But if she said, give to the dog or I'll marry you, so which means the dog will eat it, will be gone. And she said, I'm taking responsibility of marrying you for that. Mekudesh is Mekudesh. Okay, this is the Mefosh. The Rashba doesn't like it, Mekasheli.
I made on your beef.
Yes.
Your Watson. So what I care, the money is there. He said, go bring it back. They'll bring it back. But if some so I did a maise al pich.
Yes.
So Mali, if the money I can take it back, not take it back, or disappear, did disappear, they can eat it again. I did your Watson. That's the work. If the smaller is her asua, I did your Watson.
I don't know what's called. I don't. You said that.
Says so. I did it. I did the
I'm saying it's not correct. I'm saying it's more usage.
Usage,
yes.
So then might the other part.
Which other part?
That it is disappeared, not disappeared, returned or not returned.
You're asking a question on the Ish Mefoshim, on the Ish Metartzim, on the Rashba. Who are you talking to? And who? The Ish Metartzim or the Ish Mefoshim? Okay. The Ish Mefoshim said that he said, both places she said I'm miskadosh to you. The chiddush is if is al chazor or not. If he can retract, there's nothing. If he cannot retract, she's mekudeshes. Yes, what do you ask? Yes.
So man, how can it return or not? I did my rotzon.
It's not true. Because rotzon that you can retract is not doing your rotzon.
What she said, give it to the dog, give it to the thing.
So I'm saying, when it's serious, when there's al chazor, it's a pa'ula. A pa'ula, you can give it, you can cut it as moving my hand. It's not a serious pa'ula. Listen, for you to take responsibility. It's a joke. It's not serious. That's my answer. I define pshanish mefoshim. Kind of. It's not serious. Not enough serious pa'ula to mechayel. Kind of. It means not a serious pa'ula that I really meant to meshaber myself. Which, yes, so then what?
If it's usage, so then you could say, since it's on the rack, there's no use. Nobody used it. This is on the rack.
Nobody doesn't say that. He said if the rock I can take back. No, but but if I throw it to the sea, then I throw it to the sea. So the usage is anas kilun, and here is now anor pa'ula. What's the difference? That's so hard to say. What's the difference? You could say that when I throw it to the sea, it's anas kilun. It's gone. That's my ishtamshus. But when my ishtamshus put on the rock, I can take it back. It's not ishtamshus. Ishtamshus is the pa'ula. I don't know. It's hard. It's harder to say that.
Use the money, or she not use the money.
Right.
Didn't use the money is there, so then that wasn't full usage. That wasn't full usage.
But money, they come in al Yes. Okay, now as a shita on its own, it's not so simple to explain what you say. The Rambam holds you need money of Ano. But
What about, for example, if she has a Noah of giving the money,
yes,
and the third bar use the money, but not to spend it, he just light the fire and he net. So she has a Noah, but not the Noah that she made. She want the Noah to use the money, and he just burned as a Noah.
it's different. If she didn't do it, her structure is not mischai.
No.
Mischai was only what she gave instruction.
So,
Oh yes. Okay, we still have here a long Rashba and have to stop. I'm going to learn the Bezal Hashem and the Shul Kol. I will learn the Rashba, lean it inside. It's very important Rashba. Then we'll learn the Reb Kivega. We'll see what we have here. We'll come out of this in the different options. You know, Kivega here, it's a Pnei Yoshua and Machne Ephraim, and Chazon Ish, and also Reb Shmuel Bolovitz. There's about 3 or 4 major Achroinim, that everyone has his own observation. I want to Bezal Hashem. Our job is to learn each Rishon and try to machriya what really what they learn. This is what I told you my Rebbe did. My Shita, my Rebbe, Moshe Hirsch, and also my father too. In his later days, that's what he did with Micha Prusa for a couple of good years.
What? Left me.
No. So try to understand each Rishon to that degree where we can, what they hold and why they how they relate to the svaras of the other opinions. Rather than, this is the way somebody defined for me, rather than more the Birkas Shmuel's interest, he has a central kasha on the etzem of the sugya, and he finds the Rishon or two, they give an answer, he defines them, and he explains how they explain the sugya. It's not Toreach to explain all the shitas. This is the way, there's a lot of Birkas Shmuel, he said that's the main. This is somebody came and as I said, right, it's right, but it doesn't matter if it's true or not true, we want to do both. Want to do those 2 things. Each Rishon to understand till the end what they hold, and why I don't hold the svaras of the others, and then try to say, give the best svar. What do you think is the most common miskabel svar on the sunnah? If you could,
my question.
all. So it's common, makes sense to you, more miskabel in your das.
But for example,
Rayas, or you don't have rayas.
for example, when I read the report,
Yes.
the Rashba, at the first view, it seems to be like the same. What's the difference between the Rashba and the report? Just because some words have changed.
No, it's a whole.
So why don't we say that it's better to say they think the same thing?
They're not.
Why not?
Because that's
What's the difference between
it's
the Rashba and the
untrained eye. You learn Iyun, you'll see that there's a lot of different understanding. There's a lot of kaminas. I'm going to learn Kivegas of kaminas with the opinions. A lot of kaminas by Choiv, by Shovaputo. I'm going to say one of kaminas. A lot of kaminas. Everything is exact. The lotion is different. That's how you learn. This is for Aleph base.
That's
You
not
should learn serious the exact what he said. Kaminas are trying to figure out what exactly.